I started a football coaching business with one session. 10 years on, a lot has happened since that day. I just want to share a bit about what it looks like.
So this whole thing started with one session. What actually happened that day?
Well, before that first session, I took my lad to another session. It was okay, but it wasn't great. And I guess that really sort of propelled me to do something of my own. I saw a couple of coaches, they did okay. There wasn't a great set of communication skills going on. There wasn't a great structure. And I just got a little bit annoyed by that. And it sort of instigated me to go and look elsewhere and look at the competition and see what actually a number of football schools look like. I guess after doing a little bit of homework on it all, I thought, sod it, I'm just going to start a session. There was no kind of massive planning about it. It was like my boy, a few of his mates, spoke to a few of my friends that had kids similar age, and we got something together. There were certain things that I had to do to get a hall lined up. I made sure there were certain safeguarding metrics done. The feeling that I had on that first very session, you know, that your heart beating, you know, that nerve, because it's the unknown, isn't it? You know, what's going to happen next? You have all these thoughts that genuinely aren't reality, and take that kind of hit. You've got to just do it, because as soon as you do it, you realize the things that you were thinking aren't true at all.
What did you get badly wrong in those early years?
Ooh, what did I get badly wrong? I wouldn't say I got anything badly wrong. I think from the beginning, I didn't have a good system. I just kind of turned up, expected my coaching skills to be the only thing that's needed. When you run a business, there's a lot more than just the coaching. I guess I learnt the hard way with structuring how the week looks and how sessions should look. And I had to sort of morph in my experience from coaching and my experience from, you know, running businesses before into the right sort of alignment.
What was the moment you realised this was actually working?
Kids came back every week, which is great. We kind of got a good rhythm of regular sessions. Before long, I knew I needed more help, right? I needed coaches and we had more support. That kind of got to a point where we were then thinking, well, bigger than just a venue. Well, actually what we could do here, grow at scale. And as we're doing more recently, you know, that helps with launching franchising and just replicating that system to a wider audience.
Who is actually built for this kind of business? As in, who shouldn't dismiss the idea?
To coach or to run a business? What do you mean?
All of it.
I think if we start with the fundamentals, you've got to be someone who loves developing, you know, children and the sport that they love. It's so important that there's this want to see progress, development. So that's the coaching and educational part. And once you get beyond that, I guess the question is, what do you want? You know, do you just want to coach, or do you want something bigger than that? Maybe you should be doing your own business, or maybe you do your own business with the support of a structure like a franchise. Ultimately, you have to be good at communication. If you've got the want and need to help people and you can communicate how you do that, you've got a great shot at this.
If someone watching this has been quietly wondering if they could build something similar, what's the one thing you'd say to them?
Give it a try. If you really don't know anything, observe. But if you think you already know what good looks like, then I'd just say, just give it a go then. Just do a little thing, just do a free session for your kid or a few friends and their kids or whoever, and give it a go.
If you could start it all over tomorrow, what would you do differently?
Simply put, I'd get ourselves out there more, quicker. Social media, just get on there, who cares? Get yourself on camera, get the photos out and get people sharing. We were a bit late to the party. We're catching up on that now as a business, which is great. Market yourself well. People are going to talk about you and it's just going to be a win-win.
Most coaches just go and get a job at some club. Why didn't you just do that?
Well, it never really came to that thought process. Years before, I did some academy coaching and I'd worked at different places, but that was never in my thought process for this. At first, it was about my lad, setting up a session for him. I did it for him. I didn't do it for some kind of paycheck. As it grew, then we realized it was an opportunity. And then I realized more and more, wow, what a big opportunity, because of the demand, because of the enjoyment, because of all these kind of things. And the honest truth is, I'm well aware, as probably most people are, about the kind of roadblocks that are there within the system. There's limited pay in coaching, and I think it's unfair. I think you get a lot of great coaches on very average wages, and I think if you run your own business, if it's your thing, The opportunity is endless almost to a degree. We're in a multi-billion-pound industry here for youth development, and it's only growing every year.
We've all seen coaches on the sidelines screaming instructions at kids who just look completely lost. Why does this happen?
I believe it happens because coaches treat their coaching games like the games on the telly, and that's wrong. That they want to win at all costs. That's not youth development. Are we always chasing the result? Are we chasing improvement in the player? Can we create an environment where we create thinking players rather than people that are sort of scared about the barking at them, you know? This is why we have our ask, don't tell kind of philosophy. Can we get the player to come up with the answer? If not, we will guide them. We do guided discovery. We'll give them nudges along the way. It doesn't mean we can't challenge them. You know, we always challenge our players, but it's how you do it.
What do you love most about what you do?
One word, I'd say development. And I don't just mean the player, I mean everything. From the coaches developing, the players, of course, and right now our business developing. We're always developing, and I love that part.
So, what does the rest of 2026 look like for you and the business?
Just scaling. We're franchising now, so it's really exciting. We're going to speak to lots of people, explain what our philosophy is in real detail, find people that can share that and put their own sort of spin and heart into it, and hopefully get more of this weather. We'll take that too.
Last question, when is your next video coming out?
Next video. I'm trying to do shorts most days. I'm going to try and do some longer videos, and I think we need to get into the weeds a bit more, don't we, with the coaching. So we'll be talking more about not just what our business is like at Sharky Soccer School, but about what good, bad, in between looks like. If you've got any more ideas, put them in the comments. I'd love to read them.